What's up, guys? So, being a bartender, you get hit with a lot of moral and ethical issues on a day to day basis that have never really been discussed among bartenders or just, to others, family, friends. And it's something that we kind of get hit with every single day, but no one really ever seems to do anything about it. This being when to say when enough is enough. So, it being brought to my attention more recently, and I'm finally in the position now where I can sit there and finally have someone to talk to about this. It's it's when you have people that don't understand or realize the impact that their decisions are making on those around them. This being in this particular situation, when alcohol has taken over somebody's life, and as a bartender, we have a moral obligation to keep on making sure that the business is still running. We can't technically just tell somebody that they're no longer allowed to be in the restaurant and the bar, that we're not allowed to serve them anymore because of a decision that they make. We can't tell someone what to do. And one of the things I've realized over the years is that there's so many people that are hurt so badly, regardless of what might be the reason, whether they got back from war, a bad breakup, they just like to have too much fun, whatever the reason might be. But there are many women, men out there, younger generation, older generation, there doesn't really seem to be any parameters. And they just use alcohol as a crutch in their life. And I'm not trying to feed in the whole, like, alcohol is a disease, because it is a thing. But ultimately, there's some people out there that just do not care anymore. And as a bartender, where do we draw the line and finally maybe force somebody to seek out help? Because you can't really do that. You can't tell somebody how to live their life, and no one really wants to be controlled. It has to be their decision. So one of the issues I've had more recently, and I would love to get the feedback of some other people in the process, is as a bartender, where could we possibly help those who use alcohol to mask and hide from their problems? And it resonates and just radiates to all those around them. It might, dampen the relationships that they have with their friends, their family, their coworkers, and just the average person around them. And it really just it brings me down knowing that there are people out there that will drink every single day aggressively, and that seems to be the only personal trait that they have, and they use it to hide from the world while being a part of the world, and it doesn't make any sense to me. Drunk driving has gone up significantly, not so much with the quarantine going on, but beforehand. There's so many people with options out there, that such as Uber and Lyft and forms of cabs and ride sharing, and yet there's so many people that keep on dying and killing others from drinking and driving. And that's not even like the worst part. And that's the scary part of it, is that there are things that happen on a day-to-day basis where people who are truly addicted to alcohol have to leave work to go get a drink. That they have a bottle in their cabinet, that they always have a stocked bar at their house. They have a tab at their favorite bar, and they have backup bars to go to. They have friend groups that they can always hit up to know that they have someone to go and drink with. And even if they didn't, they don't need a reason or people to go hang out with. They'll just go drink for the sake of drinking. Like, I know it's fun to go out there and socialize and drink and be a part of that life and be in a social community. I get that. I grew up as an introvert where I was scared of the world. And when I first started drinking and being exposed to the life around the bar, I used that as my excuse to reach out, to open up to people. But I personally never really enjoyed it as much as I've seen some of the people in my life do. They drink to the level where it just doesn't seem like it's all that fun. And maybe it's something I just don't understand. But I would really like to get the opinions of some other people out there of what you can do that could potentially help somebody who alcohol has taken over their life. And I know there's programs out there that people can do interventions, but I really don't think a lot of those things help if the person's not willing to admit that there's something going on, that there's something wrong. And to me, I feel as if there should be more obligation among people in the restaurant and the bar industry, or anyone who really serves, prepares alcohol at all, that we're hurting people in the same process, in the same time, like, throughout the process. Like, what can we do to make the situation better for the average person? So feel free to reach out to me about this, because I would like to benefit and try to help some other people in the process. So any kind of advice, feel free to let me know.